Hello and welcome to No Limits Health and Wellness. My name's Graham. This is my best friend Oscar, and we're excited. We're always excited to be here and to share more of what we love with you. I'm especially excited today because I've I've drawn up a really fun sequence for today's practice. It's going to be pretty. What's the word without scaring anybody away from this video? It's similar to the butter chicken roti I had last night for dinner. The sequence is going to be extra spicy, so it's going to be a very physical practice, it's going to be a very physical practice, and it's going to be very mindful and energetic as we align with a specific frequency and ideal energy that we want to attract more of, we want to cultivate more of, something that we would want to live in. So we're going to stay anchored in that energy. We're going to stay rooted into our intention. Anytime we notice our mind wander, we'll come right back here, right back now into our physical body where we're moving, and we'll remember what it is that we're here to cultivate. Isn't that right, Oscar? So I'm going to have to move Oscar into his bed. I think this is the 6th video that we're putting out, and it's just neat to see how we've grown and progressed since we started filming. I remember on the first video, Oscar just had one of our yoga towels on the floor, and then the next video, I brought him his own yoga mat, and today we've got his bed. We brought his bed from home, but he's still sleeping on my mat here. Anyways, geez, I could ramble for this whole hour, but we're going to get into our hour-long practice. So you find yourself in a comfortable position on your mat. We're going to start off in Savasana. So find that corpse pose, right away embody it. Land in the peace and quiet. Pardon me, I'm wandering off screen to hit a timer. But as you embody corpse pose, just invite in that peace and quiet. Breathing it into your physical body. Letting it resonate before you exhale. Letting go of anything in the mental body. Have your palms faced up to the heavens so that you're maintaining an open body, an open heart, an open mind. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And close your eyes. And stay here, connecting to your breath. Remaining in Shavasana with your left hand on your heart, your right hand to your belly. If you're looking at the screen, I'm seated. You remain on your back. I want you to think of one thing. Don't strain too hard. Shouldn't make this difficult. It should be relatively easy to think of one thing that makes you happy. Now, it could be a memory that lives rent-free in your mind, a moment in time that you've already experienced. Be anything, anyone, any place. Anything that makes the corners of your mouth lift up. Your teeth want to show themselves to the world. Anything that makes the heart feel warm and fuzzy. Beneath your left hand, hold on to that feeling, that happy frequency, that joyful energy. Makes you feel at peace and full of love. And if your mind wanders at any point throughout this practice, let it be to this place, to this feeling. Fill your pockets with as much as you can before coming right back to here and now. Feeling that energy from wherever you found it, whenever you found it, in this moment. It's here with you. Let my heart turn to practice. Let this practice become a path. May this path dissolve confusion. May confusion turn to wisdom. Have a great practice. You can flutter your eyes open and take a full body stretch, reaching your arms up over your head. Point your toes, lift your low back up off the mat, and then hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Again, aligning with love and gratitude for this vessel that you're in. Give your left knee a kiss and your right knee a kiss. And gently rock forwards and back along the full length of the spine, enjoying a gentle self-massage. And come back to our tight hug, pressing the low back into the mat, and maintain that connection as we breathe into the lungs, keeping the core tight. We're going to unravel into our hollow body hold. We're staying here, maintaining a calm, controlled breath that supports and carries. Last big inhale, and hug the knees into the chest. Once again, we'll begin to rock and roll forwards and back. And we'll take a quick happy baby, sending the feet up to the sky and pulling the knees down towards the armpits. Feeling the spine long, straight line from the tailbone to the crown of the head. We're no longer in hollow body hold, we're here in happy baby, so embody it. Just be present. Release the feet, hug the knees into the chest, and slowly unravel, bringing yourself back into a hollow body hold. And from here, we're going to do starfish crunches. So pressing the low back into the mat, maintaining that connection, we're going to bring right hand to left foot, and then vice versa. Crossing over. Maybe matching breath to movement, or not, but you're maintaining steady, controlled breath. Last one on each side. And then hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll forwards and back. Take as many rocks as you want. Well, let's just take one more. And we'll cross our legs and rock ourselves up into a seat. We're going to twist. Our legs are crossed. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind the hips. Right hand presses down into the earth. Breathe into the spine. We hug the navel in to support that spine. And the left hand pulls against the right knee to deepen our twist. Let's come back to center and twist to the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind the hips. With every inhale, we're finding length in the energetic body. Every exhale, we're creating space in the physical to twist a bit deeper. In the mental, be a little bit more present. Slowly come back to center. We're going to bring our hands onto the mat, roll onto your knees, unravel the legs, and walk yourself into child's pose. Take your time to land. You can rest your forehead on the mat as you press the tops of your feet into the earth. Hug your navel in, pull your bum towards the heels. Root the knuckles down into the mat, spread the fingers apart. Feel the space between the fingers. Open the mouth, deep breath in through the nose, side out. We're going to come into tabletop position on our hands and knees and take a couple of moments just to warm up the wrists, moving your weight forward and back, left and right maybe, perhaps circles. You can reposition your hands if you'd like to turn the fingertips towards the knees or out to the sides of the mat. Lots of options, lots of ifs, ands, and maybes, but for sure your breath sounding like the ocean. You hear that rhythm, that consistency. Let's come back to stillness. And we're going to go through some cats and camels. Just as we gave the wrists some love, we're going to bring that attention into the spine and drop the belly, hips high. Exhale, look to the belly button. Breathe in, gaze up. Exhale as we tuck the tailbone, filling the lungs, getting empty, sending the tailbone high, pulling it under, hearing the connection to breath, and feeling the connection to earth. Last big inhale, and get completely empty. We're going to come back to our flat back, our tabletop, keeping the spine nice and long, the crown of your head pointing forward, and your tailbone drawing to the back. We're going to float the knees up and keeping the core as stable as we can, avoiding any swinging or rocking. We're going to bring the right hand to the left knee and the left hand to the right knee. Floating knee taps here, really feeling the core work over time as one hand lifts up. As we lose that point of connection to the earth, we feel a point of support in the core. Last one on each side. And bring the knees down. We're going to extend the right arm out in front of us and the left leg long for bird dogs. We're going to work with breath. As we exhale, we're going to crunch, bringing the knee to elbow and inhale to float up. So maybe we're getting close to the elbow Maybe we're passing. Whatever we're doing, we're focusing on that crunch. Last one. And come back. Right hand lifted, left leg lifted. We're going to lift the head up, bend that left knee, try to touch the head with that left toe. Then bring the right hand up and back to bind. Stay here for 3. Pushing the floor away with the left hand. Last big inhale. And bring that left knee down. From our flat back tabletop position, lift the left arm up, making it parallel to the earth, and extend the right leg back. Again, we're going to match breath to movement as we exhale and crunch. Inhale and float. Exhale, get small. Exhale, get long. I think I said that backwards. Inhale, get long. Exhale, get small. Last one. And crunching tight. And then coming back to that extension. Left arm out, right leg back. And we're going to lift the crown of the head up. Drop the belly, bring the right toes towards the head. Left hand reaching back to bind that right foot. Push the floor away with the right hand. Drawing energy up, grounding through that left knee. Last big inhale. And right knee down. Coming back to our tabletop position. Let's press back into down dog. Take your time here to pedal out the feet. Bending the ankles and the knees if you need to let go of any cricks and cracks in the body. Otherwise, land in the stillness. Land in the ebb and flow. The breath. Energy in. That serves you. And energy out. Anything else. Let's lift up onto the toes. Bend the knees and go to the front of the mat. Take a halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose. Reach all the way up. Take a back bend. And forward fold. Halfway lift. And hands to the mat. High plank to low plank. Up dog new air. And down dog. Push the floor away. And bring your feet together at the back of the mat. We're going to lift the right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and stack open the hips. Now we're going to get light on the left hand. So maybe it floats, hovers, or rises up, or we can do what we did after those bird dogs as we bind that left hand to the right heel. Let's stay for 3. Pushing the floor away, grounding, and hugging the core in. And bring that right foot down, left hand down. Feet together still at the back of the mat. Lift the left leg up, bend the knee, and stack open the hips. Push the floor away as that knee lifts high. Pull the heel towards the bum. Open up the hips as much as you can. Now get light on the right hand. Maybe hovering, floating, or reaching up for that left foot. Keep pushing the floor away with the left hand. Feel the energy rise through the spine to that lifted knee, shining through the hips. Last big inhale, and come back to our down dog. Come up onto your toes, bend your knees, go to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Extended mountain pose. Reach all the way up, touching the sky. Right hand will grab the left wrist. Left foot steps behind into the outside of the right foot. Pull yourself to the right. Pull all the way to the side. Come around and down. Around and down. Hands will frame the front foot. Bring all the weight into that right foot and float the left leg up. As you push the floor away, breathe air into that left heel. It floats like a hot air balloon. As you exhale, hug your navel in. Bring your nose a little closer to that right knee. Last big inhale. and step the feet together. Extended mountain pose. Reach all the way up. Left hand will grab the right wrist and right foot steps behind. We pull ourselves to the left, feeling length in the right side of the body, strength in the core, space in the heart. Pull all the way around and down. Set it right that time. Bring the weight into the left foot and float the right up. Keep breathing into the lungs, hugging the navel in, and look to the back of the room so that you're pointing the crown of your head down. Your nose gets a little closer to that left knee with every exhale. Biggest inhale, biggest fold. Step the feet together, take a halfway lift, and hands to the mat. Bring yourself into low plank. Pull the chest through for up dog, and we'll stay here. We're going to lift the left leg up, step it over as we roll into wild thing, pulling energy up to lift the hips, to light up the heart while lengthening the spine, and come on over to high plank and press back into down dog. From your down dog, let's roll back into up dog. So invite that wave through the toes. It lifts the heels, comes through the hips, into the heart. And from here, we'll roll to the left. So lift the right foot up and roll over into our wild thing, feeling the energy rise through the earth to lift up the hips. Glutes squeeze, navel hugs in. Spine long, heart bright. Come on over to high plank and press back into down dog. Okay, here comes our first walk of fire. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up and right knee to nose. Float the leg up, right knee to right elbow. Float the leg up, right knee to left elbow. Float the leg up, right knee to right elbow, and stay here to fly. Bring the weight into the fingertips. Float the left heel up. Stay strong for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to step the right foot through for warrior 1. To exhale into warrior 2. And flip the right palm up to the sky. Reach it up and back. And then take a leap of faith into warrior 3. Long from the fingertips to that lifted heel. Bring your hands to your side. Option to open your arms up like wings, or bring your hands to your heart as you bring yourself into half moon. Pushing the floor away with the right foot, left heel searching for the back as toes pull to your nose and up towards the sky. Last big inhale, and come back into warrior 2. You're going to flip the right palm up to the sky, reach it up and back, and cartwheel your hands to the floor as we bring ourselves into low plank, up dog, and down dog. Push the floor away. Take 3 deep breaths here to attract, to release, allowing every cycle of breath to reset. Open the mouth in through the nose, side out. Gonna lift the left leg up to the sky and knee to nose. Flip the leg up, knee to left elbow, float the leg up, knee to right elbow, float the leg up, knee to left elbow, and we stay here in our flying half crow for 3, last 2, and we're stepping through for warrior 1. Both legs feeling strong, core nice and supported, the jaw, mind relaxed. Open up into warrior 2. We're going to flip the left palm or reach it up and back and take a leap of faith as we push the floor away with that left foot, bringing ourselves into warrior 3. I'm strong. I'm supported. Bring our hands to our side, maybe to your heart center, or open them up like wings for our half moon. And every limb, every digit is a spoke in this wheel. Feel long from your right fingertips to your left if they're open, from the crown of your head to that lifted heel, and rotate those toes up towards the ceiling to open up the hips. Last big inhale, and land back in our warrior 2. Flip the left palm up to the sky, or reach it up and back, lengthening the left side of the body, and then cartwheel the hands to the floor, bringing ourselves to low plank, up dog with new air, and child's pose. So be here, be now. If your mind is somewhere else, come back here. Be in the feet as you press the tops of the feet into the mat. Be in the hands as you root your knuckles down and spread the fingers apart. And be in every cell of your body, from the tips of the fingers to your toes. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Feel it all here, within you, supporting you. Should feel like you have the world right behind you, cheering you on. Okay, open the mouth, deepest breath in, side out. Let's come to tabletop position and press back into down dog. Got a lot of dog fur over here. Okay, walk of fire number 2. And I have no idea how this is going to go, but just keep in mind that we're going to find failure and success on the same road. Failure is just the earlier exit. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up, right toes to right wrists. Float the leg up, right toes to left wrist. Float the leg up, knee to nose, and float the leg up, knee to right elbow. Stay here, and we're going to fly into half crow on the left. Now, bring that left knee down, and we'll float the right leg up. Come back, left leg up, and step through for high crescent lunge. Oh my God, I did it. How did you do? I dreamt that up this morning when I was having coffee. I didn't know if it was possible, but as always, our limitations begin with a thought, they end with an action. No matter how it went for you, come back to this practice in a week, and in 2 weeks, and 3 weeks to track your progress. Let's exhale into warrior 2. From here, we're going to dive into the left for our surfers. And from here, we're going to bring ourselves into a pose that I like to call surfing bird. It's a mix of surfers and crow. So bring that right foot flat, razor edge glued down, and bring your hands to the edge of the mat, hip width distance apart, just like as we're setting up for crow. We're going to bring that left knee into the armpit, maybe the meaty part of the tricep or the elbow. Hug the navel in, and pull that heel towards your bum. Option to take the right hand behind the hips for 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself back into surfers. And from surfers, we're going to glide into lizard. So pull with that right heel. Bring yourself to the front of the mat, hands down. From our lizard, we're going to take our right hand underneath the right leg. As we bend that right leg at the knee, the heel is going to pull up towards the core, hugging the right arm as tight as we can. And as that right heel pulls up towards the core, the navel pulls up to hug the spine. Feel the left foot float for 3, 2, last one. Coming back to our high lizard, we're going to take a load off. Left knee down, open up the right hip, right foot to its razor edge. And we can bring the right hand to the inside of the right knee, opening up that hip. Or we can take the right hand, reach back for that left foot. Last big inhale. And we're coming back into our high lizard. We're going to step the right foot back and bring ourselves into down dog. Come high onto your toes, bend your knees, go to the front of the mat, extended mountain pose, reach all the way up, and chair pose. Just for 3 breaths here, lengthening, sinking low, pulling light up and shining. Last big inhale, and forward fold. Take a halfway lift. Hands to the mat, bring yourself into low plank. Pull the chest through for up dog. And down dog, push the floor away. 3 deep breaths here. You can towel off or have water. Or, lucky you can just pause the video anytime that you need to do any of that. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg up to the sky and left toes to left wrist. Float the leg up, left toes to right wrist. Float the leg up, knee to nose, and float the leg up, and knee to left elbow for flying half crow. Coming into crow, half crow on the other side. Crow, and back to the original side. And step the foot through for high crescent lunge. Got it on the right, not so much on the left, but I'm still happy. Let's exhale into our warrior 2. And from our warrior 2, we're going to dive into our surfers on the right. From surfers, we're bringing ourselves into surfing bird, bringing the hands into the setup as if we're getting into crow. Bring that left foot flat, razor edge glued down to the mat. Bring that right knee into place wherever you like it. And as you bring the weight into your fingertips, fill the lungs, hug the core in. Feel those hip flexors work as the right heel draws up. Maybe the left hand comes up and behind. Last big inhale. And we're coming back to our surfers. To get to the front of the mat, we're pulling, driving that left heel down, using those hammies and those glutes to draw us over. Oh, big yawn, Oscar. And we're in our lizard pose here. We're going to take the left hand underneath the left leg, hugging that left forearm as tight as we can while we pull the left heel up towards the core, navel hugging in to float the hips for 3, 2, and coming back to our lizard and dropping that right knee. Open up the left hip. Option to reach back for that right heel. I know it's a tough one today. Stay connected to breath. Allow all of the physicalities to keep you here. Any beads of sweat, just let them be reminders of what we're here doing. Let's release, come back to our lizard, and we're gonna step back into down dog. On your next inhale, step the right foot forward for warrior one. The inhale lifts. Let's exhale into warrior two. Flip the right palm, reach it up and back, and lengthen that right leg, getting rid of the bend in the knee, and come back. Bring your hands parallel to the earth, and we're going to set up for triangle, reaching forward and down, keeping both legs long, hips active, electrified as we draw energy up through both heels to the hips, through the length of the spine to light up the heart. Hips maybe pulling forward, shoulder drawing back. Look to the top hand and allow the inhale to draw you up to a stand. Turn your feet to face the left side of the mat, hands on hips, and puff your chest as you fold forward. Just a few intentional breaths here to create length in the spine, to create space and find strength to fold a little bit deeper. Deepest breath in and out. Slowly lift yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Turn the feet to face the front of the mat and step the back foot up. A little or a lot, just to make your stance feel stable. Reach your hands up. Feel the hips active as you try to put a wrinkle in your mat and fold forward. Look to the back of the room. Back of your neck is long. Crown of the head pointing down. Every exhale, your nose gets a little closer to that right knee. Walk those fingers towards the back of the mat. They should be in line with the left toes on either side. Feeling the weight in both feet, slowly bring all of the weight into the right foot. Breathe into the lungs, hug the navel in as you draw that left heel towards your bum. Stay here for 3. Last 2. And foot down, step the feet together. Take a halfway lift. Hands to the mat. Get into low plank, elbows in. Up dog, shoulders back. And down dog, push the floor away. On your next inhale, step the left foot forward for warrior one. Warrior two. Flip the left palm up to the sky, reach it up and back. Straighten that left leg. And bring ourselves into triangle. Reach the left hand forward. Hinge at the hips. Feel long in both legs, strong in the core. The wall that you're looking at, imagine it's pulling the hips towards it. You feel a little bend in the low back. Pull the light up into the heart and feel that top shoulder drawing back to let that light out. Look to the top hand and allow the inhale to pull you up to a stand. Turn your feet to face the right side of the mat. We'll bind fists behind our back so we have a different physicality in this forward fold as we fill the lungs and fold forward. And trace the energy as you push the floor away. You breathe it up, those active legs working to pull the energy up to the base of the spine. And from there, you hug the navel in and surrender everything else. From the navel to the crown of the head, the muscles melt. The thoughts become a little more gentle. And deepest breath in. And deepest folds. Slowly come up to a stand. One vertebrae at a time. Turn the feet to face the front of the mat. You got a wiggly tail. You get a happy bum. And stepping the right foot halfway up. Did I already say that part? Sorry, I got distracted. Reach the hands up and fold over those active hips. So you're pushing into the floor with both feet and you're pulling the feet towards one another. The lower half is active and the upper half is completely relaxed. And we'll walk the hands towards the back foot, fingertips in line with the right toe tips. Take all of the weight into the left foot. Float the right heel up towards your bum. Stay for 3. Last 2. And step the foot down and step the feet together. Take a halfway lift and hands to the mat. High plank to low. Up dog, new air. And down dog, push the floor away. Come on to your toes. Bend your knees. Float to the front of the mat. Lower down onto your bum. And we're setting up for boat pose. I can't believe this is the 6th video that I've put out. And we haven't done boat pose yet. So, with it being a core practice, we've got to. So, let's do what we've done before. Roll onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. We'll start some rocks going forward and back to get some momentum to bring us up onto our tailbone, our coccyx to balance on that. And we can start by keeping the knees grabbed by the arms. If you can extend, maybe you grab the toes. We're in any expression of boat pose that serves you. Maybe your arms up over your head. Let's lower down into low boat. Come in to high boat. Lower down once more. Back up again. And hold for 5, 4, last 3, 2, and release. Cross your legs as we come into a seat for just a moment. Extend those legs, unraveling them. We're going to do some leg lifts, some of my favorite core drills, specific to hit the hip flexors, those muscles that help us in our fun inversions and handstands, press-ups, all that good stuff. We're going to start with the straight up, legs out in front. Bring your hands in front. Lean as far forward as you can. The more compression, the more work there's going to be. We're going for 5. Let's do 5 more. Last 3. Last 2. You've got this. And breathe. Take 5 deep breaths to restore, to release, and to recharge. And now, round 2. Straddle. So bringing the legs out as far as we can. Again, the further forward we lean, the more difficult it's going to be. And we're going to go for another 5. Lifting up. Another 5, yeah. Last 3. Last 2. And knees into your chest. Roll onto your back for a moment. We're going to set up for a bridge. or wheel, or both. We're going to go up for 10 breaths. You can go up for 5 breaths of bridge and 5 breaths of wheel, which is what I'm going to do. Let's take our time to set up and allow your next inhale to lift you up. That's 1. Feel the inhales create lift. The exhales create strength to maintain that height. For the next 5, I'm going up into wheel. Last 3. Last 2. Biggest expression. And slowly lower down. Quick little decompress, hugging the knees into your chest. From here, cross the legs as you rock yourself forward. And we're going to bring ourselves onto our bellies. We're going to do a little bit of low back. We've done so much core and hip flexors. And now we're going to balance this out. Bringing the mic to the front of the mat so I don't crush it. We're going to do a locust pose complex here. So we're going to start with the front. Bring your chest to the floor, chin to the mat, hands on the earth, palms facing down. We're going to float up the front half of our chest, the front half of our body. Breathing into the chest. Fill the lungs and allow that air to lift. Hug the navel in to maintain that strength and support the spine, fingers reaching for the back. Last big inhale. Slowly lower down. Oh, you can shake the hips out if you need, or if you want. If it feels good, just lean into those sensations. You can bend the knees, turning the windshield wipers on. If you shake something out of the hips, you just fling it off the side of the road. Oscar. Half locust number 2. So we're floating up the back half of the body this time. So we're going to keep the chest grounded, pressing into the earth. The palms can press into the earth as well. That can be some leverage. And we're going to breathe into the feet. Feel them float. And point your toes as you squeeze the glutes. Feel long from the tips of the toes to your quadriceps. Last big inhale. And slowly lower down. Oscar, you're right in my face. Okay, again, you can take some movements if that feels good. Shaking out the hips or turning on those windshield wipers. We're going to do one more. We're going to piece those 2 together. We're going to float up the chest, the legs, rooting into the hips to pull energy up to make the entire skeleton light and bright. Let's lift up. Option to bend those knees and grab the heels or the shins or maybe even the knees with the hands kicking back to open up the heart. Let's stay for 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly lower down. And bring your hands to your ribs. Pull your chest through for up dog. And press back into down dog. From our down dog, come onto your toes, bend your knees, walk to the front of the mat, lower down onto your bum, and we're gonna take happy baby. Feet up to the sky. Guys, you did it. Just be here and now, out of the past, not worrying about the future. So keep the bind in the right hand. We're going to release the left foot. Allow that leg to go long. Pardon me, Oscar. Long onto the mat. You can either scoop up your right toe or grab your right knee and take that connection down to the earth. It's okay, Oscar. And slowly guide that right leg back up to center and allow it to drop over to the left for our supine twist, gazing over the right shoulder. And keep the shoulders heavy. Left hand you can place on top of that right knee. If the hamstrings are tight, bend that right knee. That'll bring the space into the hamstrings and it'll translate and carry into the low back, giving you that space to open up and twist a little bit deeper. I hope Oscar is not causing too much of an audible distraction. All these kisses. Okay, let's come back to center. And another happy baby. Release that right foot. Keep the bind in the left as we scoop up the big toe or grab the knee and guide that connection down to the earth. And don't compare this to the other side. Be here, focusing on what we're doing right now. You slowly guide that left leg back to center and allow it to drop over to the right. The right hand can be placed on top of that left knee. Don't push or pull, just feel the weight of that hand, that arm, those bones as the muscles melt. They're heavier with every exhale. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And rock and roll forwards and back. Crossing the legs to bring yourself up into a seat. We're going to get into pigeon, so keep the right shin parallel to the front of the mat. Extend the left leg long to the back. Great place for blocks. You want some under the right hip so that you can relax the glutes, the hammies, while keeping the skeleton in the alignment that we want. Because we want everything softened. The muscles, the mind, both the physical and mental bodies that we're occupying. Want to let them relax. Let them ride in the passenger seat for once. Let the energetic drive. It knows the way. It knows what it needs to heal and to grow. Slowly roll onto the right bum cheek. We'll swing the left leg around, and we're going to reach the hands up and fold towards the left foot. Every inhale, feel the length that the air creates in the spine as you breathe it in. breath, creating little pockets of air between each vertebrae. Deepest breath in, the deepest fold. And slowly come up to a vertical spine, the right hand behind the hips. Press into that right hand, the right knee, and the left foot. Feel the return of energy, lift up your hips. Just allow it to work for you. You feel the lift, you feel the space, you feel the light. You just shine that light up to the heavens. Slowly lower down onto your bum, left shin parallel to the front of the mat, right leg to the back. And setting up for a pigeon on the left. And not comparing it to the right. And again, I can't stress, even though I'm not using it myself, I may look like a hypocrite, but I've used blocks. I used to not use blocks before that. Because I'd think, what's a stupid yoga block going to do for me? This little thing of cork or foam. I'm an athlete. I'm experienced in this. I don't need help from that. But when you open yourself up to different forms of support, in my mind, it shows the universe that you're open to receive, no matter how small or how big. And on that same notion, there's nothing too small or too big to be grateful for. There's nothing too small to bring you back into that frequency, that energy that we're here to cultivate more of. Slowly roll onto the left bum cheek and swing the right leg, right leg around. Sorry for all the laughing. Oscar is just too cute. Reach the hands up and fold towards the right foot. Speaking of, there's nothing too small to bring you back into alignment with that peaceful, joyful, loving energy. This little bundle of joy, this furry ball of love, has enhanced my life so much for almost 9 years now. Can't believe his birthday is coming up. Big 9. Slowly come up to a vertical spine. Left hand behind the hips. We're pressing into the left hand, left knee, or right foot. Energy lifts you up. And just be a vessel to allow energy to flow from the earth up to the heavens. Your hips, your heart, your throat, clear, free. To express that light, slowly lower down onto your bum. I'm going to do one more forward fold. I don't know if we've done this one yet in any of the practices we've uploaded, but we've folded left and right, and we're going to fold forward this time. So, after I adjust my hair here, I will explain how this is very similar to those leg lifts that we were doing before. Okay? We want to use our breath to our advantage, concentrating the breath to the lungs, keeping the core tight. As the navel hugs in, it's going to engage those hip flexors, the same muscles that are lifting the knees up to the sky are going to pull our relaxed upper body down to the earth. So instead of these lifting up, this is drawing down. And keep the toes pointing up and pulling back. You'll feel that rotation in the femurs into the hips and that rotation, the tailbone tucking under, navel supporting, and allow every breath in to create that length in the spine. Every exhale to create that strength, again, in the spine and the base of it as the navel supports. And allow that energy to work its magic as it flows through the length of the spine. It relaxes the muscles through the side body, the lats, up into the shoulders, the neck, through the mind, the space between the ears. Slowly come up to a vertical spine and lay onto your back for waterfall. Last pose. Feet up to the sky, hands up to the sky. Envisioning the waterfalls from your fingers and your toes, not just flowing down, they're cascading, powerful force of nature, Niagara Falls. Anything in your ankles, your knees, your hips, anything where you think there might be a blockage, it's just leveled, disintegrated. It exists no more. All that's here and now is the blood and the energy that serves you. It's racing down into your torso, filling your heart, your energetic body, your soul. Slowly bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor, and take Savasana. I'm going to leave you in a moment for 3 minutes of silence. Before I do, I just want to remind you that you noticed something was missing when you were born into this world. Even just as happy baby, before you knew any language, any information you could feel, what didn't exist. There is a certain type of energy. There's a certain type of person. There's a type of adult that you needed. When you were a child, when you were growing up, they didn't exist. Not yet. Now we fast forward to here and now, and you are that person. You are that adult. Thing that was missing, you've brought to this reality. So lay here, feeling your purpose, your power, and your intention. Without rushing, wake up your body with some very gentle movements, wiggling with fingers on the toes, pulling out the wrists and the ankles. And when you're ready, you can take a full body stretch, reaching your arms up over your head, point your toes and lift your low back up off the mat. Once again, like we did at the beginning of class, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. You're hugging your best friend in the world here. Give your left knee a kiss, and your right knee a kiss. If you can't reach them, you blow them a kiss, and then you roll onto your left or right side. Don't overthink, just go into the side that feels comfortable, into a fetal position. Maybe you're using an arm as a pillow, hug your knees into your chest, just stay here, embodying the pose, soaking it all up. The significance, what this pose represents, a fresh start and a new life. Clean slate. This new experience that's built upon and of this energy that you've cultivated, that specific, that ideal energy that you want to live in. It's your new reality. Keep your eyes closed and press yourself up into a seat. Take your time to get there. There's no rush, there's no fire. Legs can be crossed or extended. It doesn't matter to me what your seat looks like. All that matters to me is that you're comfortable, that you feel supported here and now. In this moment, you feel connected. Something great. You feel part of something amazingly beautiful. And if your eyes are closed, whether you're practicing with a friend whose eyes are closed or you're in a room by yourself, you feel seen. Here and now, you know that your light is felt, your energy is appreciated. Through space and time, your energy is making a difference, positive impact. If you're comfortable, keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. We'll end the class with a deep cleansing breath in and out. And bring your thumbs to your third eye. May you have kind thoughts. And bring your thumbs to your lips. May you have kind words. And bring your thumbs to your heart. May you be open to give and receive always. Come back to your third eye. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Let's bow to each other and say namaste. Oh, wow. I said it was going to be spicy, and it was. Geez. What to say, Oscar? Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you cultivating energy with Oscar and I. This one was much needed. We've just celebrated Thanksgiving here in Canada, so we've been doing a lot of feasting, and also Halloween is right around the corner, so been eating a lot of Halloween candy. Just overall making some questionable decisions regarding to diet, but we only live once, right? So you got to enjoy these pleasures here. But Oscar and I thank you so much for cultivating peace, love, and joy, and anything else that you want to associate these magical and beautiful energies to. I hope you enjoyed this specific flow. I wanted to create something that's, what's the word, kind of themed, you know? So today was core. I'm going to get that strong core. The next one we're going to do is going to be for healthy hips. So lots of mobility to get those joints feeling nice and juicy to increase our range of motion and mobility, flexibility. And yeah, thank you so much. If you're liking the classes, please comment. I'd like to have exchanges with you. If there's anything that you want to see more of, also comments. If we do anything in these practices that you want to see broken down into further detail, I can put out some specific videos that are like a workshop where we spend 10, 15, or as long as it takes to learn how to get in and out of these certain poses or sequences. I'm getting the sense that I'm starting to ramble, but thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Oscar, you want to say goodbye? He's out. Thanks so much. Have a great day.